Welcome to Small Arms Solutions. Today we're looking at the DPMS Recon series of rifle. The DPMS Recon series of rifle, there are two models. You have the standard 5.56 and you have the 7.62. Now shown here in my hands is a 7.62. This is my personal rifle. If you guys go back a year or so ago, you'll see I did a review on the DPMS Recon Gen 2 308 rifle. I kept this rifle because, it was extremely unique and well done. What we have here basically is an AR-12, I like to call it. It's sort of in the middle between the AR-15 and the AR-10. DPMS had a lot of really ingenious ideas here for as far as shrinking the rifle down, making a 7.62 more compact. All the components on it are proprietary for as far as the bolt carrier assembly, the upper and lower receiver. These are not compatible with anything else in the market. On the larger side, for as far as the stock assemblies, the handguards, the barrel, those are all standard. But the receivers were made much more compact, and I thought it was a really, really ingenious thing that they did with it. I don't know if it's cut on as well as it probably should have, but anytime you have a proprietary rifle, you have that. But the configuration was nice. I really, really, really enjoyed it. So I want to take a look at the 5.56 version of it. Now, first off, let's talk a little bit about DPMS, Defense Procurement Management Services. It is probably the second oldest AR-15 manufacturer in the industry next to Colt. They started out more so as a parts manufacturer where you could buy components and so forth, and then they got into the production of rifles, which was under the term Panther Arms. You have DPMS, and you have DPMS Panther Arms. Panther Arms is the firearms manufacturing end of it. Now, one thing I do want to say about DPMS is they're very good to our veterans. They get 10% off all military law enforcement. So if any of you guys who are law enforcement military, you can get a 10% discount off their MSRP prices. So what we have here is the 5.56 version. Now, this is for the most part, it's a standard rifle. It's not like the Gen 2 where you have a whole different mechanism for as far as being proprietary. This is still the same configuration if you were to look at the overall rifle for as far as the barrel, the muzzle device, the handguard, the way the lower receiver is in the stock. So you're basically looking at the little brother to the DPMS Gen 2 308. So taking a look at it, first off, we'll talk a little bit about the model. It's called the DPMS Recon, the Enhanced Tactical. What we have is a MSRP of $11.29. Realistic, you're going to find it probably in the wild for around $8.60. For $8.60, you're getting one hell of a rifle. You're getting all the modern features of the free-floating handguards, a good match-grade barrel. You're getting a good stock, a really good pistol grip. So for the money, it's really an excellent rifle. Caliber 5.56, weight 7.65 pounds. For the enhancements that you have on it, 7.65 pounds is not too bad for it at all, having a free-floating handguard on it. So we're going to go from the back to front. We have a standard Mo stock, Magpul Mo stock, 6-position receiver extension. This is not the mill standard, though. This is the commercial. Now, as far as the commercial versus mill standard, why there's two, I've never been able to figure that out. Why we shouldn't stick with one, but they are not compatible. If you were to put, I recall, if you were to put a commercial stock on a mill spec receiver extension, it's going to be pretty rattly. Upper and lower receiver, we have forging 7075 T6 aircraft grade aluminum. Looking at the lower receiver, Magpul Mo. Again, this is one of my favorite things. I put the Magpul naiads on all my guns, so this is extremely comfortable for me. I really do prefer the Magpul grips to my size Sasquatch hands. The trigger mechanism that you have in here broke around the 7 pounds, right at 7 pounds. It's a standard mill spec. There's very little creep, but it's a very good quality for a mill spec. We have a Magpul enhanced trigger guard here, the polymer one. So if you have gloved hands, you can get onto it really easy. We have a standard safety, which is left side only. You have a standard location for your magazine release, as well as your bolt catch. The upper receiver, 7075 T6 aircraft aluminum as well. You'll see we have a forward assist. We have a fire cartridge case deflector. Bolt carrier standard mil spec. As we look forward, we're going to take a look at the barrel. The barrel is probably one of the key aspects of this rifle. It makes this thing as accurate and as nice as it is. We have a 416 stainless steel barrel. Now, they went with a 1 9-inch twist on here. Now, 1 9-inch twist, depending on what kind of ammunition you like to fire. Myself, I fire a lot of 77 grain ammunition, so that was one of the drawbacks for me for this rifle. However, if you shoot anything up to 69 grain, this barrel is excellent. So if you're shooting 55 grain, no problem. If you're shooting up to 69 grain, no problem. If you want the real accuracy out of this rifle, you're probably going to want to go with the 69 grain ammunition. Now, we do have a mid-length gas system. Now, you guys have always heard me talk about how I prefer the mid-length gas system due to the fact that it puts the gas port significantly farther away than the standard carbine. What that does, it allows you more dwell time, which basically means your cartridge case has more time to contract to make it easier on extraction for reliability. And that's a major benefit. Recently, SOCOM has put out a report stating that they felt that the mid-length gas system was a reliability enhancement for the M4 carbine, even with a 14.5-inch barrel. So SOCOM is finally taking a look at this now. This would be an incredible advancement in reliability for the M4 carbines. The one disadvantage to having the mid-length gas system on a military rifle is that you can't use your bayonet. You have to come up with some kind of a different bayonet for as far as attachment because of how much further away the gas block is going to be from the chamber, and also how little you're going to have in front of it to plug the gas system between the gas port and the muzzle. So we do have a heavy barrel on here as well. It's a stainless steel heavy barrel. By having the combination of the free-floating handguard and the heavy barrel, you have everything that's in there to make a good accurized rifle. We do have the gas block up here. Now, this does have the 2 set screws on here, which, as you guys know, that's my pet peeve. I prefer to have a pinned-on gas block on here. But supposedly this will not migrate forward. It has a little dimple in the front there, so on the barrel. So when the set screws put into place, the front sight base cannot migrate forward. Now, I can say with this rifle here, I probably had, I don't know, maybe 500-600 rounds through it. I've had no problems with it. I have done a lot of rapid fire as well. And I know my 308s had well over 1,000 rounds through it. And I've had 2 of those. I had one several years ago for a teeny rifle for small arms review, which I put probably 1,000 rounds through. And this is my personal one. It's probably had at least another 1,000 rounds through it. I haven't had any problems with that one migrating forward. So supposedly they got that taken care of. Quad mill standard 1913 rails. You can see I got the Mantle rail protectors on here. These will heat up. The Recon series will heat up with after probably 2 or 3 magazines. So the Mantle rails are perfect for this to keep your hand cool. As you know, I've been a real proponent of the Mantle rail protectors. These things make all the difference in the world when you have a hot handguard. I've had guns where you couldn't even touch the handguard, but you were still able to comfortably hold the Mantle rail protectors. It ships with a PMag. The optic we have on here is an aim point red dot, and in the rear we have a 4-power magnifier. This is manufactured by DI Optical. It's a 3-power, and it's on you're both on arm throw lever mounts. The rifle comes with Magpul bow polymer rear sights, which are extremely high quality, very easily engaged. You just by hitting the front of them, you can engage them. We're going to take a look a little bit on the inside of here. This, for the most part, is a very standardized rifle. There's not a lot of differences between this and a standard one. But we pull the bolt carrier group out of here. We do have a standard M16 profile bolt carrier with a Carpenter 158 bolt. The bolt carrier is made out of 8620 stainless steel, and we have a manganese phosphate finish on it. We have a standard buffer. Due to the fact this is on a selective fire, there really isn't a need to have an H2 buffer in here. However, if this was to go onto a fully automatic lower receiver, you would need to have a H2 buffer on it to prevent it from bolt carrier bounce. Now, DPMS does offer just this upper receiver as a drop-in unit for your existing rifle. The DPMS drop-in upper receiver, complete upper receiver, has a retail price of $659. So for as far as getting the entire upper receiver with all those benefits of that heavy barrel and with the free float, it's a really good price at $659. The muzzle device we have on here is an AAC flash hider for the AAC sound suppressor, which is also a Freedom's Arm company, so they're promoting their suppressors as well. Out at the range, we had our lab radar out. We tested a couple different rounds out of the 16-inch barrel. The first was the Remington UMC 223 full metal jacket, 55 grain, 2,978 feet per second. And then the Black Hills 223 55 grain full metal jacket, 2,769 feet per second. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to take this out to the range and we're going to see how it shoots. As my 308 was, this gun was a pleasure to shoot. We had no malfunctions whatsoever with nearly 500 rounds that were put through this of the various Remington and Black Hills ammunition. You're going to see a couple photographs of the targets. It shot quite well. Due to the fact this is only a 3-power scope, I didn't really do any long-range shooting with it. We did some close-up. If you're looking for a rifle that's out of the box ready to go, you have a lot of your main features on there, such as your free-floating handguard, such as your match-grade barrel. For the price, you cannot beat this rifle. Very, very well made from a company that's been around a hell of a long time. I would also encourage you to take a look at a video on the G2 308, which is a really fascinating rifle as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please click like, please subscribe, and even better, share, and please consider being a Patreon. Thank you.